really defines a family today? Is it tradition, love, law, or something more complex? In a rapidly changing world, let's uncover how families are evolving and why it matters to you. Hello, and welcome to Quirk Curriculum. Again, I'm here with a detailed video on Unit 4 of Sociology Family. This video will delve into the concept of family, exploring its diverse forms, functions, and the dynamics, influences that shape it across cultures and over time. I will examine various theoretical perspectives and contemporary trends impacting family life. Here we go. Diverse family structures. Here we are having a type of a detailed types of families that we are having in different varied forms according to sociology. First one is nuclear family, comprising two parents and their children, traditionally seen as the cornerstone of society, though its prevalence varies globally. Extended family includes grandparents, aunts, uncles, and cousins living together or in close proximity, common in many collective cultures. Single parent family, a growing family from where children are raised by one parent due to divorce, separation, or choice. Fourth one is blended family, formed when divorced or widowed parents remarry, bringing together children from previous relationships. Fifth one, same-sex parent family, families headed by same-sex couples, increasingly recognized and legally protected in many societies. Cohabiting couples, unmarried partners living together with or without children, a growing alternative to traditional marriage. This is somehow known as living relationship as well. Childless couples, parents who choose not to have children or are unable to contributing to a wider definition of family. Last one is communal living, groups of unrelated individuals or families living together and sharing resources often based on shared values or economic needs. Cultural, class, ethnic influences on family diversity. Family diversity is profoundly shaped by broader societal factors. Culture dictates norms around marriage, child rearing, and elder care, leading to vast differences globally. For instance, filial piety in East Asian cultures contrast with more independent relationships in Western societies. Ethnicity introduces further layers of diversity with distinct traditions, language, and religious practices influencing family roles and relationships. Migrant families often blend cultural heritage with new societal norms, creating unique hybrid family forms. And last one is social class, which is significantly impacting family structure and resources. Working class families may prioritize mutual support networks, while middle class families often invest heavily in their children's individual development. Now, I'm having a theoretical lens of sharing the perspective of family role and function according to the three basic sociological theories. I'm having a detailed video on these theories as well, so you can connect with those theories with this video as well. First one is functionalist perspective. Views says that the family is crucial for societal stability, performing essential functions like socialization, emotional support, and economic provision. Talcott Parsons introduced the loss of functions debate, arguing that modern families have lost some traditional roles to other institutions. On the other hand, Marxists say that they examine the family role in maintaining the capitalism by reproducing labor power and serving as a unit of consumption, thus perpetuating social inequality. It highlights how economic structures dictate family forms. Last one is feminist perspective. They critique the family as a site of patriarchal power and gender inequality, analyzing how traditional roles disadvantage women and perpetuate gender stereotypes. Various feminist strands offer different solutions from reform to abolition of traditional family structures. Evolving family norms, changing patterns of marriage, divorce, and cohabitation. These days, this is one of the most discussed topic around the globe. That why there is a change in the pattern of marriage, divorce, and cohabitation. Marriage patterns have undergone significant shifts. Delayed marriage is common, with individuals prioritizing education and careers. Rising divorce rate in the late 20th century, influenced by factors like increased female independence and changing societal attitudes, have somewhat stabilized. Cohabitation has emerged as a widely accepted alternative to marriage, often serving as a trial period or long-term committed relationship without formal vows. This trend reflects greater individual autonomy and secularization. This thing is basically gone under so much debate, and if we talk about the Muslim regions, this cohabitation marriages are not being these relationships are not are under a great debate, and this is highly not acceptable in Muslim countries right now. If they are doing this under the shades, and they are sharing the vows under the curtains, that's another thing. But officially and on a broader spectrum, this is not acceptable in the society. Now, why there is a social transformation, impact of industrialization and urbanization on families. Shifted production from home to factory, leading to the nuclear family becoming more prevalent as extended family ties weaken due to migration for work. Industrialization has been a crucial part of this family life, because these days families are moving out, they are migrating to be a part of this industrialization. Urbanization. Migration to cities dissolve tight-knit village communities, reducing reliance on kinship networks and promoting individual autonomy within smaller family units. And another thing this is highly under debate is economic changes. Families became units of consumption rather than production, with wage labor impacting gender roles in the division of household labor. These profound societal changes brought about new family challenges and opportunities, fundamentally altering the fabric of family life and the roles within it. And of course, when we talk about urbanization, economic challenges, and installation, this has left a hardening and a darkening impact on family life, because this economic crisis and recession has highly destabilized the family life. Now we talk about the demographic shifts, an aging population and its consequences for families. Demographic trends, notably declining birth rates and increased life expectancy, have led to an aging population. This has significant consequences on family structure and dynamics. Beanpole families. Fewer children but more generations arrive, creating tall, thin family structures. Increased dependency ratio. More elderly dependent reliant on a smaller working age population and caregiving burdens. Increased responsibility for adult children to care for aging parents, often impacting their careers and personal lives. Now here I am concluding the thoughts and eluding evolution of family. As we conclude this unit, it's clear that the concept of family is anything but static. From the influence of global cultures and varying socioeconomic classes to the profound impacts of industrialization and demographic shifts, families constantly adapt and redefine themselves. The rise of diverse family norms, changing patterns of marriage and cohabitation, and the critical theoretical perspectives of family functions highlight its complex and dynamic nature. Sociology teaches us that family life is a rich tapestry woven with threads of tradition, innovation, and resilience. Understanding these dynamics is not just academic, it's essential for comprehending the very fabric of human society. The traditional family is but one of many valid forms, and recognizing this diversity enriches our understanding of human relationships and social structures. Family is not an important thing, it's everything. This is a very discussed and very highly recommended quote of Michael J. Fox on the unit of family. Now from nuclear to non-traditional, every family tells a story. As society changes, so does the heart of the home. Now, please subscribe for more explorations on into the sociology of our lives, because understanding society starts with understanding the family and its life. Follow for more.